Yeah, we put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.
Episode 9, man. Episode 9.
Like fine wine.
Nah.
You're supposed to finish.
Nah. I'm not.
Come on, man.
I wasn't ready for that, man.
You gotta be ready.
I wasn't ready for
Stay
that.
ready so you don't gotta get ready.
Did
you talk about that last episode?
I did talk about that.
See? Come on, man.
I wasn't prepared to spit 8 bars. You feel me? But
that's fine.
Look, man, Marshall Hamilton here.
Austin Hamilton.
Co-host of Clock In the podcast, Lifestyle. It's a pleasure, man, doing this with you again.
Always.
And it's crazy. We started our first episode, I think, the first week of June. And
9 weeks, wow.
And yeah, man, we're in August. Like, summer flew by, year flew by, but yeah, you had a interesting weekend, man. 1 year anniversary with your girl, man.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to the baby, man. We went to Cooper's Hawk.
Yep.
Highly recommend. Food was amazing. Had some good wine. We even signed up to be like club members. So we get like
that's elite.
Yeah, we get like
that's elite.
I mean, it's not that deep, but
it sounds elite. Though.
Yeah, it does sound. She got like a black card, and that one is tough.
Yeah, you gotta flex that.
You get like a bottle of wine like a month or something for like $20. And other different features to it. Yeah, but yeah, man, a year, and it's funny because I've never made it a year with any of my past relationships.
I didn't know that.
Never. So I was joking. I was telling her, I'm like, look, I was like, congratulations, man, you made it.
You did put that on Instagram. Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah. I thought you were saying congratulations for dealing with you for a year.
Well, mostly that.
But wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, she's special.
Yeah, I've been the opposite. But
yeah, you've had the long joints.
I've been 3-ball shorty, man. 3 years shorty with all my.
Wait, all of them?
Most, yeah. Well, I've only had like 3 serious relationships.
Yeah, you better than me, man.
Yeah, they should. I'm not gonna go there. Let's talk about how we clocked in this week. Let's talk about how we clocked in this week, man. Look, like I said, man, last week on the episode, appreciate you for saying what you said about starting the day off with a clear mind, doing things to get your mind right, spirit right, body right. And I implemented it this week. What I did is I woke up, made my bed, which is another low-key...
I'm glad you said that.
It's another low-key
It's a great way.
Hack,
it's
man.
just a great way to start everything. You just feel so accomplished.
Oh, my God. Especially if you leave and then you come back and that joint is made, like changes the game.
I try and do that every day.
Yeah, I need.
Somebody called me crazy for that. I'm like, nah, like you need to be doing that.
I mean, it applies to other areas of your life.
It does. That's why in the military, they make you do that.
Right. So what I did is I put a 20-minute timer, and the dresser near my bed, I didn't even realize it until you talked about this, has a little drawer in it. So I put my phone in the drawer and read at least one Bible chapter, read a book, like a chapter of a book or at least half a chapter, until the alarm went off, and then I went on with my day. I prayed before I read the Bible or whatever, and I felt 100 times better, man. Just going into like what I had to accomplish. Right. Now my mind is like, all right, I got this stuff. Go. And it's not like a checklist, honestly, because you shouldn't look at it like I'm just checking off these boxes. Like, you need to be present. Because I wasn't thinking about like, oh, it's like 16 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? Like I put that joint away and I just was in the books or in the prayer or whatever, and made a big difference, man. So my clock in story this week is all about the mental, all about the spiritual, because you can have the physical right, you can have other aspects of your life right, but if you don't have the mental and the spiritual, it's gonna fall down
gonna
eventually.
collapse.
That's the
Yeah,
foundation,
it's
man.
gonna collapse.
That's the foundation. But don't know if you had any specific stories, but
nothing, nothing crazy. Been reading this book on parenting, specifically like African Americans. Obviously, me being a father now, it's a really good book. I don't know the name of the author.
What's the name of the book?
Honestly, I don't remember the name of the book, but it's about like parenting, African American children.
Right.
But it's very, very good. I'll next week I'll have the name and author for that. But besides that, man, business as usual. Got my workouts in. Had the baby this weekend, so we had a good time, and it's crazy, man. He's getting big.
I know.
He'll be a year, August 16th. It's
like 14 days.
Yeah.
Today's the second. Yeah, 2 weeks from today.
So, yeah, God is good, man. Excited. He's a year, and happy to be in that journey, man. Yeah. It's a beautiful journey, man. It's not easy, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
Always.
And we clocked in yesterday together, and shout out to Sierra Edwards as well. Ben Trainum, is that how you pronounce his last name?
Jess was there.
Jessica was there, and we're putting together this Northern Virginia high school alumni tournament. So it'll be next year, 2021. But we started some things to lay the foundation for that. Got the Instagram page started. Got the Facebook page started. So important clock in, man, for this area, man. Like,
it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be legendary, and it's gonna be something that I think will set a precedent to get Northern Virginia public school basketball back on the right track. Because we need to know our history.
Yeah,
and we have a lot of history out here, and no disrespect to DCPG, but we got talent on this end, man, just as good or better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We just aren't as unified, so that's another thing. We want to unify the area, and and it'll be fun, man, just to have fans come watching us play again, reliving rivalries. So looking forward to continuing the clocking with that. But that was a big one this weekend, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
For the culture out here.
I mean, you said it, man. Like the basketball in this area has declined.
Yep.
And for us, I didn't care about playing in college NBA. I wanted to play for Herndon.
Yep. Herndon varsity, man.
That's it.
That's what it was.
That's it. Like, I didn't forget. Like, I didn't care about college. Like, give me a Herndon Hornet jersey. Let me play in front of the crowds. And it's a special. It was a special place playing at Herndon and other venues in the area.
Westfield, South Lakes.
Yeah, those rivalries were legendary, man. Yeah. I say it all the time. Like, I had the most fun. I played at Cameron Indoor, Duke University. I played at the Dean Dome, University of North Carolina, but doesn't stop playing in the Hornets' Nest. So
nothing like it.
Yeah, I'm excited to get that going. Again, man, it's going to be huge for the community, alumni, but also the current players, so they can see who they're coming behind and the impact that basketball's had in this area for years. So super excited, man.
Looking forward to it, bro. Looking forward to it. The next thing I wanted to touch on is the mental clocking, which is right in line with what she was talking about, man. And here's what I'll say. If you go on social media right now, the news, it's mostly negative. Negative sells.
It's always been
negative sells, but you don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
Negative sells, but you don't have to buy it. You choose what you buy into. And a lot of people are buying into the negativity, right? Like, what's wrong with the world today? I'm seeing, here's the thing, like, there's bad stuff that happens everywhere, every day.
Yep.
If all you're doing, and I'll say this, like, a lot of y'all are confusing, social media awareness with social media pessimism.
Explain that.
Here's what I mean. I don't. Yes, there's bad things that happen in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. But if all you're posting is this is what happened in El Salvador, and here's what happened in Japan, here's the terrible thing that's happening in Thailand, here's the bad thing that's happening in Sweden. Y'all think that's awareness? You're just being negative. You're just being negative. Like, there's nothing I can do about that.
There's enough negative in the world.
There's enough
now.
negative.
Like,
why are you seeking that out and then reposting it, calling yourself, bringing awareness to people, when you can't do anything about it either?
No.
Now, there are certain things where it's like, all right, the world should know that this is going on. But if that's 99% of your posts right now, because you're trying to be aware, again, I've said this multiple times, you just posting about something is not going to do anything. All right, so this is happening in Thailand. Now what are you going to do to fix it?
Right.
Nothing. You don't even know you don't even know people from Thailand. And does that mean it's not important? No. But we have so much energy, right? And it goes back to like the whole, us getting distracted from racial injustice. Like, y'all are picking battles that y'all can't fight. And calling it awareness. Nah, you're just being negative. Like, you're looking to figure out what's wrong with the world. How about you do the opposite and figure out what's right with the world? Because very few people are doing that. What are you reading? Like, what are you listening to? Mm-hmm. What are you watching?
Yeah, man. Like, I'm such a big believer in what you just said. What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you watching? Because ultimately, what you consume is, the actions and, what you're going to be thinking about and what you're going to do. And again, I say this all the time, like, if you're watching the Kardashians and, all those other drama-filled shows, then you're going to seek drama in your life. And this is not how you should live.
No.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's not even your reality.
Nah.
Like
10 times.
And I'm a huge believer in living in your reality, because your situation isn't that bad.
Especially,
it isn't that bad.
Especially in our area, like Northern Virginia.
Yes.
It's most people, but especially in Northern Virginia, like,
like, you come from probably a 2-parent household. You got money. You got a car.
Got a job.
You're blessed. You got a job. What else do you want? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
you can be hungry to have more.
Yeah,
but like, don't act like
the complaining, man. I don't like that.
Yeah. Like, you're looking for things to get sympathy,
right?
About another thing, because you talked about like the drama shows and reality TV. I can speak from personal experience. Like, some of these shows, like Criminal Minds and Unsolved Mysteries, and all these, like, Paranormal, or all these other shows where crazy stuff happens. Like, I used to watch Criminal Minds all the time. Then I started having crazy dreams of me getting chased, like about to get killed.
Yeah.
And Criminal Minds, like, half them episodes take place in Northern Virginia. And it's some weird, kind of old, or like some kind of weird looking, no offense, but typically it's like some white dude with like the hiker shoes on the metro who's like stalking his victims.
Right.
So I'm taking the metro for 2 years, and I see someone like that, and now I'm like,
yeah, you're on edge.
Yo, I gotta watch out for this dude.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So he could be the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah. He's just trying to get to Great Falls Park, man. he's trying to get off McLean Metro and go on his hike. And I'm over here thinking he's a suspect. Park. You feel me?
Great park.
So, like, a lot of those shows,
in, man.
That's it, man. And I'm over here judging the dude.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me, man?
Yeah, relax.
But I'm watching these shows, or I'm watching the news, and fear, man, like that stuff.
It's contagious.
It's contagious, and again, it's not. There's a fine line between having common sense and being aware of your surroundings versus, like, every time you hear like a door creak, you're like, "Yo, someone in my house."
Yeah.
Nah, like, you shouldn't live like that.
No.
That's why
I'm not a big fan of the news like that. The news is needed, it's important, but I don't watch it like that, because, like you said, it's all negative. It's all invoking fear, And life isn't fun that way.
Nah, man.
I don't want to live in fear.
Like
there's too many blessings out here to live in fear.
And social media has replaced the news for a lot of people. Most people our age don't sit at home and watch the news.
Yep.
So social media is their news. But like, you know, music you're listening to, podcasts you're listening to, you know, what are you reading, like books you're reading or lack thereof. You know, I'm a Christian, man, and I don't listen to certain gospel songs. Like Kirk Franklin's my guy. Like he's my guy. But a lot of his songs are like the storm and I'm struggling and
that's true.
God has, you know, I need help, and we need to lean on God.
Talking about the struggle.
Yeah, just all about the struggle, and you know, James Fortune is another one. You know, and I'm not knocking these guys, but I don't really listen. I used to listen to a lot of those songs when something was happening.
Yeah,
and it's like I needed to listen to the opposite.
You know, I don't mean to bring up old news, but I remember you used to tell me with like one of your ex-girlfriends, like she would tweet like Keisha Cole lyrics.
Yeah, she just,
and I would see it.
She just followed the podcast too. I mean, yeah, she'll probably hear this because I blocked her on my personal. That's besides the point. We don't need to edit that out because if she hears this, then you know. Anyway, go ahead.
That's the spice, man.
We don't have to set it. We don't have to set an ego drop, but she knows who she is, so you know this is about you. But go ahead.
Hey, man. But yeah, basically, like I'd be you're really going in on that. But I would read her tweets, and I'd be like, "Yo, like Marshall, what's up, dog? Like, you good?"
Yeah.
And Marshall would be like, "Yo, I'm at practice, dog. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything." But
we just had a great dinner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But, you know, you're listening.
We went to Cheesecake Factory. What are you talking
and
about?
And I see this all the time with females. Like, they're listening to, you know, like a Keisha Cole or
my man
whether it's
cheated on
Kalani
me,
or, you know, Janae Aiku or whatever. And I'm like you're in a healthy relationship. Like I know your boyfriend. Like, what a guy.
Right, yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Like, what do you why? Why are you tweeting?
He's on the dean's list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's he gets back to the community.
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
He has a nice hairline.
Yeah,
right. Hairline.
He's part of the Little Brother program.
Right.
Like, he's great, man. But yeah, I mean, just be careful what you consume, because, like we've talked about, your feelings aren't always true.
This is true.
Your feelings aren't always true, man.
100%.
And that's why I love what Leah was saying about. I think she really just had a deep self-assessment.
You have to be able to self-assess.
And once you do that, sky's the limit.
And here's the thing, like a lot of people, everyone should have goals, right? And let's think about technology. Windows, Apple, they have to constantly upgrade their operating system, their code, to be better,
software,
to reach certain goals. Our brain is our operating system. It's our software. And a lot of y'all are trying to reach 2020, Windows 2020 goals with PowerPoint, Microsoft Office 2004. Because you're not upgrading your mind.
Windows 96.
Windows 96. Y'all using Gateway as your browser, trying to navigate life, right? And
the world
that's the thing. Like,
it's changing, man.
You're like what you read, what you listen to, what you consume. That's gonna program your mind to now do actions that are gonna lead you to a path, right? So you need to upgrade your software daily.
Those actions will lead to behaviors.
And here's the thing: like when you upgrade your code, and your code is how you speak, and that, you know, in relation to real life. When you upgrade that, you know, you'll start moving in the right direction to be able to operate efficiently. If your code is still the same, or the operating system is still the same, and you're trying to get to this goal or a certain way of life in any area, you know, that you're trying to pursue, you're not going to get there. You're going to put in the code, it's going to say error. There's a lot of us have error messages, man.
Yeah,
you got to upgrade.
Got to upgrade because, I mean, life life is constantly moving. It's constantly changing. And you know, we just want y'all to receive these blessings, man, and reach these blessings because they're out there for you, man. So self-assess. You know, really look yourself in the mirror, and you know, once you get to that point where you can understand yourself, things are gonna flourish in the right way.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, thanks for clocking in with us and making it this far into the episode. We want to continue these episodes for as long as possible, but we might need your help. If you click on the description on each episode, you'll find a link that reads support this podcast. If you enjoy keeping up with us, click on that link and you can make a monthly donation. All right, you guys hear enough of me talking anyways, so let's get back into the episode.
We've talked a lot about how social media can be a liability. I'm not anti-social media. That's how we've gotten the clock in lifestyle, the movement, the podcast to where it's at today. So I'm not, again, just trying to bash social media. I do want to flip it and talk about how we can use it as an asset.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, if someone were to measure your social media net worth based off of impact, based off of, you know, the messages that you're trying to get across, like, what would your net worth be? What would your social media net worth be? And don't worry about likes, followers, none of that. Like, how are you using your platform?
Aren't they supposed to get rid of likes? I know they're talking about it. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
it
would change the way a lot of people.
You talk about like mental health, like people would be in distraught if they took away likes and followers and all that stuff. Because people, that's what they thrive off of.
Or only you can see the amount of followers you have. No one else could.
No one else.
Think about that. Like, I know multiple people who they go to places to take the picture or they get the video so that they can post it on social media. They're not going to that place to enjoy it. Which speaks to what Leah was talking about, being present. Like,
being present, yo.
You know, she wanted to enjoy her cup of coffee. A lot of people, they'll just post, you know, my little coffee, you know, with the you know, the notebook and the pen, and it looks good on social media.
Yep.
They're not worried about the coffee.
They might even drink the coffee.
Yeah, by the time they do, that joint is cool.
Open the notebook.
Right.
Yeah,
you know
that joint is cool.
Blank.
Yeah, like
so like, you know,
people. Oh, I hate when people post pictures and they don't get enough likes and they delete that joint. Like, and I catch people all the time doing that, and I'm just sitting here like, come on, dog. Like, you literally posted this 5 minutes ago, and because it wasn't, you know, in peak hours, you deleted it and then posted it 2 days later or something.
Lost files. Like, I still don't get that.
Come on.
What is a lost pic? Where did the pic go, Nico? Eric, how do you lose? So did you
in your phone? How do you lose something?
You got a benchmark for your lost pics.
Where like who? It's not lost. You just didn't post it yet. Like,
it's just not that serious.
It isn't that deep.
It's just not that serious.
It isn't that deep. So
do you like the picture? That's all that matters.
Exactly. So people who say, "Well, I'm posting it for me, and I'm just trying to, you know, show." No,
you're lying.
I have the pic already.
You're not. You already have it.
You're lying.
Yeah. Again, let's keep it a buck, man. But like Leah, she's someone who is using social media as an asset.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that was powerful is she said she was struggling behind closed doors, which a lot of people are struggling behind closed doors. And she wasn't being positive on social media and in her class to be fake. It was, there are people who are counting on me.
Yep.
And I need
say that.
I need to stop worrying about myself because I need to focus on adding value to them. Right? So one of the ways you can make social media an asset, whether you're struggling behind closed doors or not, is figure out how can you add value to people, right? We all have gifts, talents, abilities. We all have a story, a message that we can impact people with. You know, focus on adding value, not some superficial way to boost your self-confidence.
Yeah. And Leah, you guys hear how enthusiastic she is, and just how excited she is about everything. And I've met Lia a couple times, and literally like the same every single time. I'm always super excited and happy and positive.
And as you can tell, it's authentic.
And it's super authentic. Those are the people I want to be around. I don't know about y'all or you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Don't bring me around people that always point out the negative, always talking crap about people, because I'm gonna walk away and be like, yeah, y'all can hit me up another time. Which I think you're gonna talk about that, surrounding yourself with the right people in your circle, because it's so important, man. You're a product of your environment, and if you're around people that are constantly bringing you down, or just babbling about their problems,
or leaving you where you are, honestly, they should be taking
please
you
just
to the next
get
level.
rid of that, man.
Yep.
Please get rid of that. If they're not hyping you up. I see a lot of back to social media. I see a lot of females, they'll comment, "Go sis, like you're killing it. Oh my God, like are you even real?" That's one of my that's the funniest one. Like, are you even real? I'm just like, y'all not even friends like that, for real. But yeah, it's
like let's not post unless you know what you should do. If you're really admiring and you're really trying to understand, how you can kind of learn from that person, shoot them a DM and say, hey, like Lia said, some people shot her a DM and said, look, your body looks good, like, during all this, or I see you're doing this, like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's way better than a comment.
Yeah.
Because you're actually trying to get better, right? And not that all those comments aren't genuine.
Yeah, and I'm joking, but
he's being funny with it, but
I know a lot of it is fake.
And you don't want to be a fan either. You don't want to be someone's fan. Be a player. Be a player. Don't be a fan. But speaking of that, NBA's back, man. And,
I thought you was about to call me a player or something like that.
Nah, you definitely you 1 year anniversary in. You definitely ain't a player, Jack.
Come on, man. I'm out the game.
Why you trying to say it all smooth like that?
Fans still gonna love me, man.
I feel you, eh? I be feeling like one of them ball players, like Jordan and Magic or something. Yeah, got dope. But if he lead the league, they still gonna love me. Hey, that Barry Sanders, shout out to Wale.
Yeah.
That Barry Sanders,
y'all got to listen. YouTube Barry Sanders, Wale.
That's crazy.
That should have been on the top 10. I forgot about it. My playlist.
Dang, yeah.
But I wanted to transition into the NBA because it does relate to a couple of things that we were talking about, and then we can wrap up with surround yourself with the right people.
Leah just texted and said her blender was fixed. So
okay, that's important. Yeah, people for the people.
Thanks,
that know,
Leah.
Important update
for that update. Breaking news update.
Right,
it's just
ESPN ticker.
All love.
But what's your thoughts, man? NBA being back, a lot happened this weekend.
Love it. As a fan, as a basketball just purist, love that it's back. The games have been competitive and entertaining. But outside of basketball, it's been awesome to see how, I think they've proved that the doubters and still carrying the momentum of the social justice issues. Having the Black Lives Matter, front and center on the court. Players wearing different messages on the back of their jerseys, and even in their interviews. And shout out to the reporters, because before they even get into basketball, they'll ask them how are you using the platform? How do you feel about this and that?
Yep.
Which is huge, because the media control the narrative. Let's keep it a buck. So yeah, it's been awesome, man. The league, again, this doesn't surprise me. I knew the NBA would handle this flawlessly, and they proved my point right. So shout out to Adam Silver, man, and all those guys, because they're using their platform, which I knew they would do, and I knew the impact and how impactful they would be. So, yeah, it's been great, and I'm excited to watch tonight. There's some good games on tonight.
Right.
LeBron, still the greatest in the NBA right now.
He is.
All right, I just wanted to put that out there.
He is. Yeah, like, you know, it's been a great week for me watching everything that's going on with the NBA. Obviously, I'm a student of the game. I love watching the game, and some people, it's tough watching without fans, which I can get that, right. I don't have.
But I feel like, I mean,
that. But when you love the game, you just want to see people hoop.
It's still I'm still on edge.
Oh yeah,
like I can't wait for when the playoffs start. I'm gonna be like, forget the fans. Like I would if it was just me in that joint, you know, just playing with you know, my teammates and stuff, and it was a game 7 that's televised. That's all I need.
Oh,
that's all I need.
I mean, we play pickup like. We're not wilding like treating it like it's the end of the NBA Finals, but we compete. And if you're a competitor, then you don't really care about all
getting that chance to compete again is the most valuable thing. Because like we've talked about before, the game's been taken away from us due to injuries.
Yep.
And you can never take that for granted, man, because the game has given you so much, and this goes for other sports. So don't ever take it for granted, getting that chance to compete again at a high level.
Right. For me, the social injustice part is what I really value. And here's why. It's not just because they did it. And, you know, obviously, NBA has kind of been the leader when it comes to injustice for a long time. But Jonathan Isaac didn't kneel.
Mm-hmm.
Myers Leonard didn't kneel. And I have no issue with it. Like, let people do what they need. Like, kneeling is cool, whatever. What are they doing off the court?
Yeah.
What are they doing off the court? And what I love, man, is NBA players didn't attack Jonathan Isaac or Myers Leonard the way they did in the NFL.
Exactly.
In the NFL, they were, oh, you're not kneeling because whatever, you're this, you're that. Nah, man, like, NBA basically said, look, y'all can do what y'all want to do. And the players, I think, had an understanding of just because someone doesn't kneel, it doesn't mean that
they're a bad person.
They're not for bettering racial injustice.
Right.
Right? Leave that up to that person and look at who they are as a person first off the court, and then see what they're doing off the court. Because some people, they're going to kneel and then they're going to go back to their regular lives. It's just like the people who posted and go back to the regular lives. So, again, I'm not against kneeling. I'm just saying, like, I like how they didn't. There hasn't been judging and controversy.
That's just that whole cancel culture, like, era that we're in. Like, if you don't do something that's appealing to the masses, then cancel him. Like when Drew Brees said what he said. I can't remember exactly what he said. But they also took sound bites, so they didn't show the whole thing.
That's what the media does.
Exactly. But my point is, Drew Brees is a great person. Like, ask any of their teammates that have played with him. He does so much for the community in New Orleans.
The black community in New Orleans.
But it's like, assess the person, not that action or that one-time action. Like, what is his track record? And, you know, in Drew Brees' case, his track record is very good. And I'm not about to cancel somebody off of one thing that he said.
Yeah, and a lot of players did say, you know what, I'm disappointed in what he said. I know that Drew's a good dude.
Yeah. And
I have no issue with them saying, look, I'm disappointed in the way he responded. But then Drew went back and said, oh, man, I didn't realize the impact that had. And I'm going to genuinely apologize for it. Some people are like, no, he's only apologizing because y'all don't know the man.
No.
Shut up. If you don't know the person, shut up. I don't care who it is. Like, shut up. If you don't know them, you know, and that's on either side of the debate. Like, get to know people and then make a decision based on that. If you don't know the person, you know, you can't, you don't have the credibility to judge them. No. At the end of the day. Last thing, man, is like you said, surrounding yourself with the right people, and you know, this NBA bubble has seen a lot of roster shift. Right, people are picking up players who, you know, weren't playing in the NBA, but have stayed ready. You know, some players opted out to play just because of, you know, health reasons or whatever. And the whole goal is to design a roster to win a championship, to compete. And in life, we have to constantly reassess who's on our roster. Everyone has a roster, right? And if you don't and you're a loner, then you're definitely not winning a championship. Let's just get that out the way. You need a team. You need a team, but you need to find a team that complements each other, not just conflicts and is trying to compete for shine. So that's something that everyone, including ourselves, needs to think about. Like, Nico being on our team is not an accident. Eric being on our team is not an accident. Other people who we're gonna partner with, we're not just, oh, that's my boy. Like, like we have a championship we're trying to win and that we're gonna win. We need to fit our roster in a way that is gonna, like you said, when you're talking about people being negative and talking about other people, like, if you're trying to win a championship and you're around that, you're not gonna win a championship.
No way.
In your life, or whatever that championship is for you, it's going to be different for everybody. But you need to design a roster in your life that is going to set you up to compete and to push you to wherever you're trying to go as a team, as an organization. And you know, the last thing I'll say is, and we'll talk more about this in later episodes, but you know, a lot of people don't realize, like, I didn't play one game my junior year. Nico, you were on the team. I didn't play one game. Not one. 0 minutes. And then my senior year, I'm thinking, all right, bet, like, this is going to be my time. And then Austin starts over me as a sophomore. And I wasn't competing. I was competing for minutes, but I didn't see Austin as my competition. I took a step back and said, how can I help the team win? And then when I took that approach, coincidentally, I put in the starting lineup and we were playing together. And when we started together, we lost like 2 games out of like 8, 9, or 10 games.
Very few. And still to this day,
we don't lose as many games when we play on the same team. That's
no cap.
That's still
to this day very
still
few.
a fact. But that's the last thing, man. Get your roster right.
Get your roster right, man, because I know we got our roster right, and we're gonna continue to build it.
Yep.
Because like Meek, man, we try and get to the championship.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a great episode, man.
Really enjoyed it.
Shout out to Lia again for taking the call. You guys will see more of Lia and us partnering. We'll do a lot of fun stuff to get involved with her. But yeah, episode 9, great episode.
Great episode, man.
And you know, y'all have a blessed week. Hit that pause button during this week, man. Because, you know, if there's one thing I've learned through COVID, sometimes, you know, you just gotta settle down.
Slow down to speed up down the road. Slow down to speed up.
It's a marathon, man. Yeah. So that's
Love
it.
Y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Clock in this week, and we'll see y'all next week. Let's get it.
Peace.
We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching it.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily. Level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.